Welcome to Stream Detroit. I'm Mike McClintock, and in this InBetweenasode, we talk about the state of venture capital in Detroit and why it doesn't matter. And we also get into how you might get started in tech.
Phil asks, what would you say the state of the venture capital scene in Detroit is today?
All right, thanks, Phil. The state of venture capital in Detroit, for the most part, doesn't even really matter. I mean, don't get me wrong, venture capital is cool, but it's a very, very small part of the way that you can fund your startup or your business or whatever it is that you're working on. Venture capital gets huge amounts of press, but it's only the smallest portion of the availability of financing out there. There's trillions of dollars available to people who have technical skills, who can build companies. It's literally, Apple alone has like $100 billion or something. There's trillions, literally $2-3 trillion sitting locked up in corporations, and every startup in the world can go get it. All you have to do is go get a customer, right? You don't have to go build something that requires you to get a bunch of venture capital because you might maybe have an exit in 3 years or something like that. That's one way to do it, but the easiest way to do it and the best way and the most consistent way to do it is to go out and find customers that have money that want to buy whatever it is that you're selling. You don't know what to make something that those customers want to buy. You know, if you go back and you look at the episodes with Carrie Tills and Beth Mock, you know, they represent $150 billion worth of ad spend every year. That's what I'm talking about. There's $150 billion that's out there that wants to go be spent on tech companies. It wants to be spent on your work. It wants to be given to you. Go out and get that. That's a consistent form of capital acquisition. It's there. So whether or not, you know, we have DVP in Detroit or Techstars is coming and Techstars Mobility, it doesn't really matter. Don't get sucked into the lie that you have to have venture capital funding in order to build a product. You can get an actual customer to fund your product. You just have to know what it is that they want to buy. You know, look at the lean startup. It says go out, get out of the building, and go ask these customers what it is that they want to buy. Go talk to them. Go find out what they want to do. They'll pay you for it.
Chilky asks, I'm interested in getting involved in the tech industry in Detroit. How do I go about doing that?
Well, it's tough to get your feet on the ground. I've been doing this for like 20 years and I still don't have my feet on the ground. It moves fast, it changes often. There's not a lot of ways to actually get your feet on the ground. So if you're looking for something comfortable and cozy, you know, the internet probably isn't it, right? But having said that, the internet is the best industry in the world to be in. If you can find a way to either be a designer, be a coder, make websites, you know, be in media, you know, be a video producer, you know, audio, anything like that. If you can find a way to develop those kind of skills, it is in huge demand right now. But, you know, a wise guy once told me, you know, if you're a photographer, you're not a photographer until you start taking pictures. So if you want to be a photographer, go take pictures. If you want to write code, then go write code. Nobody's gonna give you a bunch of money and sit you in the corner for 3 years and let you figure out how to do it. You got to go do it, you know. And it's all it takes is an internet connection and a computer. For the most part, you've got to be self-educating. You got to go out there and you got to do it. If you go out there and you do it and you prove it and you show people that you've gone from step 0 to step 1 and maybe step 2, then they'll pay you to work your way up to step 20. You'll never be all the way there, but it's not a cushy job. It's a great industry, and it's a great place to be, and it's a great way to make a living, and there's tons and tons of business out there for it. But you got to go make it happen yourself. So don't look to get your feet on the ground somewhere. It's not comfortable and cozy like that. Just go out and create something, make something, write some code. You want to be a guy who makes websites? Then go make some websites. Send us a tweet at Stream Detroit or just go on streamdetroit.com and leave us a question. Today we talked a little bit about the venture capital industry in Detroit and how you might get started in tech.